It's time for the Gettin Outdoors podcast, Town Country United Bank Lake Millers Ferry Weekend Hunting and Fishing Report. A weekly update on water conditions, ramp events, generating schedule, what's biting, and seasonal hunting information with outdoor reporters Joe Allen Dunn, Kevin Sims, and Shane Jones. This weekly hunting and fishing report is brought to you by the good folks at Town Country United Bank in Camden, Alabama, serving their customers for over 40 years. Town Country United Bank's highest priority is satisfied customers. Now, here's your weekend Lake Millers Ferry hunting and fishing report.
Come summertime, we're feeling fine, fishing on the lake, flipping jigs and Carolina rigs, from early morning till real late. Bonfires on the creek bank, kick back a couple beers. Yeah, we command the outdoors around here. Yeah, we command the outdoors. Yeah, we command the outdoors. Next year's doesn't till you know winter's on the way. Brushing blinds and deer stands. Fever starts to creep. Fill our freezers full of ducks, lots of tender deer. Yeah, we command the outdoors around here. Yeah, we command the outdoors. Yeah, we
another one on the B&B
command the
Silver
outdoors. So grab your guns and shells, boys. Put on your camouflage. 'Cause we command the outdoors around here. We command the outdoors.
Team Bigfoot in the house.
Shane Jones Crockett.
Got it. First one, 2023, smackdown.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Town Country United Bank Gettin Outdoors podcast 242 Hunting and Fishing Report with my outdoor reporters, Mr. Shane Jones, Kevin Sims, and Joe Allen Dunn. I just got through replaying an interview I did with Joe Champion back in 2019 about his 50-year career at Portland Landing, and it was quite an interview. And I tell you, we lost old Joe this week, and he was one of the top outdoorsmen that I ever had any dealings with in my life. And I tell you, he'll sure be missed. But I'm so glad that I had that interview I did with him that we could share with y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed it. We had a darn good weekend, and we're going to tell y'all all about it. First of all, I want to shout out that all four of us got to sample, and we had what Joe Allen says is the man that is feared most by oysters in Codeine, Alabama, Mr. Simon Zerlot, shucking oysters for us this weekend. Some of those Porterville Bay fresh oysters, and let me tell you, they were delicious. Kevin, you missed it, man.
I know.
Well, what I got out of it, I learned how to shuck oysters. And the main thing is the knife has got to be right. And Simon showed me that knife, showed how to use it. And I can shuck oysters now.
Well, you better learn how to shuck them, because I don't know how many did Travis eat, Shane?
I don't know. Me and you ate a tub of them. I promise we ate a dang tub of them.
You was whooping them down too.
Hey, we all ate them, buddy.
I don't know who shucked them. Simon shucked them, and I tell you what, it was worth it. It was worth it. I tell you, that was some good eating, man. And I tell you, when you say Zerlot and seafood is synonymous. I guarantee you, they know what they're doing. Y'all been down there and seen Captain Troy getting them, ain't you, Kevin?
Oh yeah. That he was bringing them in, and that night he come over to where we was fishing at and brought 2 quarts of them over, hand-picked ones. I thought little bitty ones. Them some guns was good too. Woo!
Man, it'd be hard to beat them we had Saturday night. Hey, the Wilcox Area Chamber Big Buck Contest is going on as we speak. $20 adult tickets, $10 youth tickets. They're giving away over $15,000. You can get your tickets at Mike's Country Kitchen, McDonald's Grocery, Coast to Coast True Value in downtown Camden, Handyman Building Supply, McGraw-Webb Chevrolet, Wilcox Farm, and Hunting Supply. And I think CT Ward Power Sports has got them. The contest is for people who kill free-range deer in Wilcox, Dallas, Lowndes, Butler, Monroe, Clark, and Marengo counties. And I'm going to tell you, if you kill a big deer and ain't got one of them tickets, you're going to leave a lot of money on the table because they're giving away some fine prizes. And next weekend, we're having the youth season comes in on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And we got a big event going on at Joe Allen's store. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But first of all, let's talk about the events going on tomorrow night over in Grove Hill, Alabama. The Southwest Alabama Wildlife Federation Wild Game Cook-Off will be at Hudson Park in Grove Hill, Alabama. Now, that's going to be a huge event. And if you have not got your tickets, tickets are on sale at Tucker ATV, G&D Outdoors, and South Alabama Kubota right there in Monroeville. Or you can get them at the chamber office in Jackson, Thomasville, or Grove Hill, Alabama. Also this weekend, the Gilberttown Bass Club Open will be out of Bridgeport City Landing, $100 entry fee. That includes the big fish. Brother Howard Gaston is the tournament director. If you want to get in that tournament or more information, give him a call at 251-232-1940. Also this weekend at Rickard's Mill, they're having a cane syrup making day. They're going to be turning the old cane syrup, sugar cane with a mule and making syrup down there in Beatrice this weekend. That's something to see if you've never seen that. And also this weekend, I'll be at the 41st Jackson Forestry Festival Lumberjack Competition this weekend. I'll be emceeing that. And we have the what do they call him? The lumberjack. Golly, I forget what they call him. Mel Lentz is his name. He is the king of the lumberjacks. Is going to be competing down there, and we'll have some of those guys from the steel lumberjack competition. There'll be guys there from all over the nation competing in the 41st annual Forest Festival Lumberjack Competition. They got a big car show going on. And it's also the 8th annual Pine City Classic Turkey Calling Contest in Jackson, Alabama, Friday morning at the City Hall, starting to sign up at 8 o'clock. They do have an amateur division and a women's division. So if any of you ladies want to get in a calling contest, or if you've never called in one and want to call in one and ain't against all the pros, this Saturday in Jackson, Alabama. Also down in Isaac Creek Park, the Monroe County Bass Anglers Youth Tournament. They have an annual youth tournament down there. They'll blast off from Isaac Creek Park. Billy Black's who to call about that, 251-593-0247. And then not tomorrow, but next Thursday on the 9th, the Bridgeport City Landing final fruit jar tournament of the year will be at Bridgeport City Landing, 3 o'clock to dark, 15. Well, heck, that ain't going to last long. It's going to, let's say they change. Hey, I don't know whether they're going to have it next week or not. The time will be unchanged then. Heck, it'll be dark at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, I started asking that today, but I didn't. But I thought about it.
But yeah, we need to find out about that because I thought I forgot the time done changed.
He'll have to adjust it a little bit and get it right.
Yeah. All right. Well,
did you heard about they had a squirrel tournament in Coffeyville?
I got that today, and I got that on my show notes, but it's in December, so it's a little early. But it's December the 2nd. I don't know exactly how it works. Jared sent me the information, and we'll talk a lot about that, before it gets here. But that looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. No entry fee. I don't think it's just going to be a fun thing for the Coffeyville Baptist Church.
Yeah, I would carry Sarah and Lobo and get in that.
Yeah, if Sarah and Lobo and Dixie ever get to hunt a squirrel, that's
Hey, Joel, you know you got to follow the dog. You know that, don't you?
Oh goodness! All right, let's get into the town.
If he doesn't shame with them dogs, he'll have a rope tied to him.
Yeah, they ain't gonna go. They're gonna treat right there within sight.
That's right.
All right, let's go to Town Country United Bank Hunting and Fishing Report for tomorrow, which is November the 2nd. Millers Ferry are pulling 72 megawatts. That's 3 units from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. From 5 p.m. to 10 p.m., 24 megawatts. That is 1 unit running. At Jones Bluff from 4 a.m. to 5 a.m., 15 megawatts. That's 1 unit running. From 6 a.m., from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m., 58 megawatts running. That's 3 units. And from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., 82 megawatts. That's 4 units running. And we noticed that this Sunday. They were running that powerhouse, but they wasn't pulling. The water wasn't pulling hardly none. So that the megawatts is how much water they letting through there, and how that unit's turning makes a heck of a difference. Water temperatures on my depth finder this Sunday were anywhere from 68 to 74 degrees. Is that what you saw, Shane?
Yes, sir. Yeah, about right in there. I'm waiting on to say 58.
Yeah, we were waiting on 72 and we got there. And
yeah, and it's so funny. Some of my memories popped up, Big Daddy, and I talk about fishing muddy water like we had some rain this time last year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, we got a question before we get to the catfish. Stephen Tidmore wants to know, Shane, what's the low water and no current going to do to them fish? It's low around here at Lock 8 and South.
Steve, I'll go and let you in a secret. There's people catching fish on that river like you would not believe. I'm talking about all up and down the Tom Bigby, the Warrior. All those blackfish are setting up. What they're fixing to do, Steve, they're getting ready their hormones are starting to go, and they're fixing to get ready to start chasing these shad, resting in these tops on the river, running shad, resting in these tops. They're going to be on the move, but you got to find that area for them. So the sloughs are going to be off. They're not going to get back in the sloughs, the ones that's on the main river, because it's most of those sloughs at Lock 8, and Demopolis, they're only a foot deep going in them. So they're stuck out there now. So they're going to make their home out there. So get ready. Right now, be looking on your side scan for, some big groups of fish. That we'll talk about that in a little bit, how I found them this weekend. Big Daddy too. So.
All right. Yeah, there you go. All right. I just didn't want to forget that question. I didn't want to, when we get to the crappie report, you keep listening though, Stephen, and thank you for the question. All right, let's talk about catfish. I hadn't heard much catfishing. Big Mama Bryant went up to Wheeler and fished a tournament, said he caught a 33-pounder was his big fish. He didn't place in the tournament, but I understand he's going to be a special guest at your store next weekend, Joel.
Yeah, but he lost a big one, and I hate that. Anyway, we'll talk about that in the catfish report.
Well, this is the catfish report. That's what we're talking about. That's what.
But yeah, he called me this morning. We talked about it, and he had his outside rod out, and he didn't put the clicker on that one. He made a mistake, and when he put his planer boards out, and that outside rod, all of a sudden it doubled up. Went past the second rod, so he figured that thing weighed at least 50 pounds, whatever it was, and finally it ripped off before he could get to it. But he is it's a science to that. I mean, he's fishing with planer boards and pulling rods outside of the boat. That's a thing that most of us never have heard about. But those guys that do that, and he has good luck with it, and he lost that big one. I hate it though for him.
Well, now he's going to be at your store next Saturday with his boat, and he can show us about those planer boards. And he told me that those reels that he buy for you, he said you better double up on them because he's going to show everybody, those reels, and those are the best catfish reels he ever used. And he's one of the, I'd say old Big Mama Bryant's one of the best in the state.
Well, that a lot of people they look at that. I'll tell you what, most of the average guys look at is an ambassador, 6,000 or 7,000 catfish, but that one by Shimano will top it way better. Those are way better reels, more solid made. It's not like buying insurance when you buy a Shimano reel, because you can send them back and they'll rebuild them for you for $30. Yeah. So that's definitely the reels to use. And he was talking those rod holders he gets from Stacy.
Smackdown rod holder.
That is the way to do it. Stacy's stuff is like #1, and Shimano is #1 with that reel for catfish. So if you want the best, that's what you get.
All right, Brian's on here. He said they the best. All right, now Joe Allen. The water temperature right now, 68, low 70s. We're going to have a frost tonight. And what is that? That's going to cool that water off probably 10 degrees. Is the long line jugging gone now?
No, that's where we're still at. Until we have a major high water, those fish are still going to be in that river. And the long range forecast, we don't see no rain. The only problem with that is with the long line jugging or either dragging baits or pulling baits out in the river. With the jugging, you're going to have a little bit of current. You got to have, when you don't have current, utilize the wind, and that will help too. So that is what I would do.
Hey, Kevin, I did a podcast today with Captain Blake Bridges with the All In, and he fishes all these big bill tournaments. And I was asking him what he used for bait, and he was naming off all this exotic bait. And right in the middle of them, skipjack. Is there anything that won't bite a skipjack?
Yeah, skipjack. That's what what they say. That's a holy grail.
He's talking about skipjack herring. Exactly same thing. Same thing.
Yeah, that's what Stacy said. It's the holy grail of bait.
Yep.
All right. So catfishing, you just gotta go. You just gotta go. Put a hook in the water. All right, bass fishing last Wednesday afternoon. They had the Hale Cup Open out of the Selma City Marina. Old Nelson Sturtevant won it with 12.71. Keith Addox had the big fish at 4.93. And they had an Alabigby tournament up at Gunnersville. You know how it came out, Kevin?
They had a really tough time Saturday. They only one I know about, I think one of the guys there said he left at 11 o'clock Saturday, and he'd been there since Thursday. He'd caught 3 fish.
Dang. And this weekend, I say again, at Bridgeport City Landing, Gilberttown Bass Club Open. You can sign up at the landing, or you can call Brother Howard Gasson, 251-232-1940. If they come in to fish that tournament on Millers Ferry this weekend, Kevin, what they need to do to catch that 20 pounds of bass?
This is going to be a jackpot. It's going to depend on how far it goes, but I would say if they pull water during the day, it's going to be a spot deal on a cut or a point somewhere, like close to the river. If you're not in the river, close to the river. But it depends on the current. If there's no current, if it's like last weekend, no current, you're gonna have to like cover water and fish. But if it got some current and or the temperature gets in the mid 50s, like we want it to be, then at daylight. If I had 65 at daylight on my depth finder Saturday, and it got up to 70 before I took out, but that we're gonna have 7 or 8 really cool nights and not too hot of days. It's gonna pull a lot of heat out of that water. We can get that 55, 58 range. before the weekend, and the fish can kind of stabilize and kind of like go on and get where they want to get, and not be frontal conditions, if that makes any sense, because if they're under that frontal steel like that, then the pressure is going just like going to have it scattered out. You won't never know what to do. But if it ever gets like locked down, the pressure gets right, they're going to all pile up in a cut somewhere and start bunching up like it's supposed to.
Well, I tell you, Big Daddy, if they want to catch 20 pounds, they better get on their knees that morning and pray.
Well, did I hear you say you saw some 55-degree water?
No, it was 65 when I put in. Whenever I went up the river, like when I stopped, it was 10 minutes before it got daylight. I'm talking. I went all the way to Pine Barren because Shane came there behind me, and I was there 10 minutes before you could see the bank. Sitting there waiting to get daylight, and it was 65.8, 9, something like that. But when the sun came up, it immediately started rising. It went up 5-6 degrees, before 8 o'clock. But the fall is kind of weird. You have 2 or 3 warm days in February, and the water to shoot up, and then one cold night will undo the whole daggone week of warm weather. Well, the fall is just the same way. You have 7-8 days of warm weather, and then have one cold night. It won't do anything. You have 7-8 cold nights.
Yeah.
Then it'll start going back down and stay down. It won't do all this jumping up and down 6, 8, 10 degrees.
Trey said he'll take 16 pounds Saturday. 16 pounds of winning.
About 13, 14.
Be good, but if they move in water during the day, I think you'll have I think there'll be some. I think some spots are going to be pretty strong.
Wouldn't you rather be close to the dam when that water kicks on too?
Well, I mean, if you're looking at a narrow window, they're going to pull water like till 10 o'clock. If you run way up the river, it's going to go away pretty quick, depending on what Jones Bluff does. But if you're from Buzzaroo's down, you'll get the current for the whole time. You know what I mean? You'll get from daylight till then, and then 10 minutes after they cut it off, you'll still have the current. And the closer you are to the dam, then you start getting the backflow of the current. When they shut that dam off, like it'll surprise you. Like at Elsa's, that pipe right there, it'll be water blowing through that pipe right there so hard. I'm talking about like washing the banks down through there. That powerhouse, it'll come back through it the other way just as fast.
Hey, Trey and his dad's fishing that ABT 100. I forgot it was ABT 100 left, and they fishing it on Smith Lake this weekend. So good luck, Trey. Yeah, good luck, man. I hope y'all win that thing. All right, let's go to crappie fishing. I cannot remember a week in my outdoor career when I got as many reports on crappie fishing from Millers Ferry, Bankhead, Tom Bigby River, everywhere. Everybody's catching them. Mobile Delta, they were catching them this weekend. On Millers Ferry, Mark Bolden, old David Sessions even got back in the water. Joe Frost, Jack with Deep South, he caught a bunch in Claiborne. Kenny Massengill and Charles Freeman, they caught some. Jimmy Hugan caught some. Tim Maddox nailed them up that Bankhead, Shane. Now, I want to hear about Shane. Now, Shane has got to talk about his Friday evening trip, his Saturday trip, and his Sunday trip. And I'm going to tell you about his Saturday trip. And
Friday evening. Yeah, I'm sorry. I remember. I got you.
It's been a long time since I've lived with a woman. I thought Shane had turned woman because he cried from daylight till about 3 o'clock.
Oh, it was awful Saturday. I was so sick of that.
Oh man, he changed his whole personality.
Yeah, it was aggravating because I'm like Big Daddy. You get pictures all day long of people cracking them on the river and catching fish. And let's go to Friday. Friday evening, I went below the dam. It's not a secret. And them two boys was putting in a boat beside me. Their boat wasn't cranking. I was like, I said, hey guys, y'all battery dead. You're dead in the water. I said, y'all welcome to get in the boat with me. And of go up here and look around. They're like, for real? I said, yeah, man, I don't mind. I mean, I'm by myself. Man, they couldn't get up that ramp fast enough. When they come running back down the boat, we went out there and caught, probably 15, 20 crappie and kept some nice fish. We caught a lot of small ones, had a good day. And then Saturday, I'll be honest with you, I seen Kevin that morning. I went in every area that I fish off the river and I checked some spots on the river. And, man, I had 10 or 12 fish. I called Big Daddy. I said, man, it was pissing me off. I'll be honest with y'all. And I'll be honest with y'all. Hey, them two boys left 2 beers in my cooler. And I got one of them beers and I cracked it and I sat down a second. I said, you know what? I've got this expensive unit on the front of my console. I'm finna turn it on and I'm gonna aisle up through it till I find something. And I took that beer down, put it in my trash can, turned that side scan on. I stopped and I ain't no more stopped 5 minutes. And I was like, that looked like a bunch of crappie. I thought I was seeing stuff. And I got in there and to be honest with y'all, you got to put your jig on these fish's nose to make them bite. If I didn't have live scope, I don't know how many I would have caught. Probably a third of what I caught, but I walked that bait down there in one bit. I said, all right, one bit. I said, all right. I called Big Daddy. I said, hey. He said, what? He knew my attitude had changed pretty quick. He said, found him? I said, yes, sir. And I probably caught, 10 or 12 on the phone with you, Big Daddy?
Yeah, while we was talking.
I was sitting there popping them, and I said, heck yeah. So we was going to go eat oysters at Joe Allen's house, so I went across the river and caught a few fish, and I called Joe Allen and said, hey, man, I'm getting close to my limit. I'm going to come pick you up in case I get over it. He said, well, come on up here. I got time. So we went and picked Joe up, and we caught a couple more, and then I carried Joe Allen back there to shuck those oysters and stuff, and I'm trying to go back upriver before I go back into Ellis's. I stopped one more spot, and I start whacking on them again. I called Big Daddy. He said, man, get off that river. I said, man, they bite. It's hard for me to leave them alone. they were just a bite, man. I enjoyed myself. I don't know how many fish I caught, a good bit. And I was fired up, and
25. How many we counted? 25.
Yeah, so 26. Yeah, and I threw some back because I was scared. I wasn't counting them guys, and I was fired up, and they were good fish, good eating fish, and it gives you hope that it's fixing to turn around. If we had a little bit of color in that water, they would probably be on fire. But this water's going to cool off, so hey, it's liable to get a little better this weekend.
Well, when I was with him, he got 2 or 3 fish right at 2 pounds, and he turned around and threw it back. I was with him.
Yeah, I caught some good fish. I had plenty to keep, and I had a client coming the next day, Sunday, and I knew I was going to keep them 26 or 8. But yeah, they were biting good, and there's some. It's fixing to come on. I mean, like Big Daddy said, probably Thanksgiving's probably, especially if we get some rain. It's going to be awesome.
We need water.
Hey, Jeff Cardwell wants to know where'd you put in below the dam, Shane?
Whatever that cob landed. And I put in a cob landing. I ran right up to the dam, guys, and there's some fish down there, but not a lot of fish. I'm sure they're nomading down there just like everywhere else. They're going to school up and eat here and then move. They're moving, like Kevin said about bass fishing. Those fish hadn't set up where they're going to homestead yet, because when they do, when that water temperature gets here, they're going, hey, this is where I'm going to be until the water conditions make me move, and that's where the fish are going to be. They're going to stay there till the water conditions make a move as far as current. And the crappie's the same way. They're moving right now, and you better hit them while you can, because hey, they'll not be there the next day, especially the river system. So.
Yep. Well, I tell you what, the river bite was on. Me and Joe Allen went Sunday, and you did good Sunday too. Of course, you had 2 clients that had never been fishing before.
Yes, so they bass fishermen. One of them was a deep sea guy. I really had never thrown a rod much, and he popped them pretty good. And I was happy to show them, and they enjoyed themselves. So we had a good trip Sunday too.
Well, crappie fishing, I think from now on, till the water changes or till something happens, I think it's on everywhere. At least, I'm sitting in a place where I can see the fish not only on Millers Ferry, Tom Bigby, the Warrior River, Bankhead, down in the Mobile Delta. So the reports I got last week, when you see them coming in like that, everybody's catching fish.
That's right. It's just like the rut during hunting season. I mean, when the fishing starts getting better and the hunting starts getting better, you start seeing pictures. So.
All right, now Shane, before we get off of crappie tomorrow night on Crappie Cast, 7:00 on Shane Jones Fishing.
Yes, sir.
Y'all got a lot of stuff you starting to give away.
I've got there's two rods right here. I got a 14-foot Outlaw and a 5-foot casting rod we're gonna give away on a guide trip with me. Alpha Plumbing, he donated that trip. And then we got a big announcement, guys, and I can't say anything right now, but every other show we're going to be giving something away. And the guy that sponsors John, and they take care of John, he met up with him at the Midwest Crappie tournament this weekend, and he's putting it out there every other show. So you got to be watching to find the announcement. Then you got to be watching the show to win. So
Yeah.
it's going to be fun to watch people light up and get something that nice for all they got to do is watch the show. So
Y'all do an hour long, and I mean, it's full of information. I tell you, you're going to learn something every time you listen to Crappie Cast with John and Jessica Farmer and Shane Jones. Ain't no telling who else they'll have on there.
we'll have Shiloh's going to be on there. He finished third in that tournament there. They're going to talk about the tough conditions they had up there, and it may help somebody, pick up some tips right now, because even though people are catching fish, there's still some tough conditions as far as clear water and stuff. So.
All right, let's go. Let's talk about small game, Shane. We need to find out more about this Coffeyville Baptist Church Squirrel Tournament. That sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. But this is squirrel hunting weather, and I sure hate that Dixie and what's your other dog's name, Joe Allen?
And Lobo.
Lobo and Sarah. They want to go squirrel hunting so bad.
I don't know if it's dog hunting or if it's just steel hunting. I don't know. I didn't read it. Read the thing.
I hadn't read it either. I hadn't got any details, but we'll have plenty. That thing ain't till December the 2nd, so we'll have plenty of time to talk about it. All right, Kevin, any rodeo news?
Well, we're going to Southern Arkansas this weekend. Be up there Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
You going?
Probably. I ain't made a reservation yet, but probably.
Hey, Scott Mitchell's on here. He's up in Illinois. How you gonna catch crappie up in Illinois?
He's up there. That sorry dog's up there. He's hunting a rut in Illinois for about the next 3 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
It must be nice. It must be nice.
Yeah, he burns all his vacation as we speak. So.
All right, is Brody done got over his injury, Kevin?
Oh yeah. We went and rode went to Gordo up there, and they had it was a pro rodeo, and they had some showing up horses, and he drew a really good one too. I mean, it was a real honest horse, knew exactly what it was gonna do, and it did exactly what it was supposed to do. But his hand popped out for whatever reason, and he shot up in there and come down on his feet. Didn't able to get a full ride, but he didn't get hurt.
Good. Well, that's what we want him to get a full ride and not get hurt. That's what we want. That's what we want him to get an 80-point ride, mark the horse out, and not get hurt.
That's right. He made his mark out and all that, and he got a little behind. The horse was really strong, and horse went down hard, and just his bind broke and popped him out there. And he went up in the air. It was kind of funny. He come down on his feet and hit the horse in the ass with his hand. When he went back, he hit.
Hey, Jeff Cardwell wants to know if Cobb Landing safe. Cobb Landing does have 24/7 security, Jeff. It's monitored by the Camden Police Department and all the rangers with the Corps of Engineers. So, yes, it is a very safe landing.
Well, we hadn't had no break-ins for a long time.
No.
They put them cameras up.
Cameras have made a big difference taking the picture of the tags. Because I think that the way they're set up, they get every tag that comes down there.
That's right. They got a tag for reader when you go in and come out, and they also got 24/7 monitored security. All the police, the rangers have got it on their phone, so they can monitor it 24/7, and that really did. It stopped that. We had a bad time for a long time. But thanks to the Wilcox Area Chamber of Commerce, the City of Camden, the Corps of Engineers, they all teamed up and got those cameras running. They couldn't put them at Shell Creek or at Portland Landing because it was no service. That might be changed now. But right now they're at Cobb's Landing, Edison's Landing, and Bridgeport Landing. And, of course, Roland Cooper State Park has their own cameras also.
Well, you pegging out at home now, it's big deal.
Oh, yeah, man. I got 5G at the house. Shane has to cut the Wi-Fi off now.
It sure does.
All right, Joe Allen, next weekend is Youth weekend. Alabama always brings in the deer season a week early for the kids, 15 and under, and they get to hunt Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And it's also Veterans Day, and Dunn Sports is kicking off Veterans Day sale, kicking off the holidays. It's going to be an early Black Saturday next weekend. I did a spot for you for the radio today, Joe Allen. You talking about 10 to 50% of some stuff off, clothes, all kind of clothes, game cameras. You're going to give away a rifle. If you spend $100, you get your name in the hat for a Winchester 22 rifle, or you can buy a chance for $1. You got all kind of stuff going on. Tell everybody what's going on next Friday and Saturday at Dunn Sports in Thomasville.
We've marked down stuff all over, like I said, and you could here's a game camera with Browning. This was regular $160. We got it for $99, and we got a nice straight jacket. I'm gonna show you this one right here. What are the tags?
Right in front.
All right.
Right there.
What's it?
Marked down to $49.99.
What's the regular price?
Don't show the regular price.
Yeah, the regular price is right on the front.
Oh, $74.99.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
This is the vintage stuff too.
yeah. But now we have learned that everybody bar scans this stuff and looks for the best deal. And most of our stuff is right there. If we way out of line, we will match that price. So, and not only they gonna be drawing for the rifle, I'm gonna have other gifts we're gonna give kids that come by that day, show that deer and stuff like that. But I'm gonna give one of Shane Jones fishing trips, will be in it too. So I mean, we're gonna have a lot of money in there giving away.
Yeah, I can't believe Bubba ain't he gone out of town, or what's going on with that?
No, he's panicking like
He's
hell.
taking that anxiety medicine, Big Daddy.
I'm feeding him pills all the time to calm down. It'll be all right. We're gonna have
Jabbo cooking.
possum bean sausage. Jabbo's gonna have to be telling stories. He ain't gonna be able to cook. So I'm gonna either have Rick cooking or either Hayden out there helping Rick cook, and they're gonna be cooking sausage. Have that big cooker out there, and the main thing just come out. There's gonna be big savings the whole weekend.
It's gonna be a fun. We used to do this a long time ago. It was fun.
Shane, Kevin, are you gonna be there with the diamond baits?
Well, I'm probably supposed to go to Arkansas unless I decide not to go to Arkansas. I'm supposed to leave Friday morning going to Arkansas, and I hate not to. I mean, I know he's grown up and all, but I hate to be that far away if something happens. So I don't know. I ain't made my mind up yet.
Well, what about Big Bama Bryant's gonna be there with his boat, right, Joe Allen?
That's
you
right.
better flag off some area right here.
He's gonna be telling how to drag baits and what kind of bait to use and what rods, reels, and what kind of rod holders you need to have on your boat. He's got it all. He's top notch in the catfishing industry. And then, like I said, I think one of the big draws too is going to be hearing about the most recent Bigfoot sighting by Jabbo Wiggins. He'll be there giving that. So a lot of people want to be there. There's a lot of Bigfoot hunters around here. You don't believe that, but it is.
I know it.
Well,
And
two of
it
them
ain't
live in the bottom behind Jabbo's house right there. Yeah.
Yeah, they've been living there long. He done seen them, shot at them, fought with them, and a little bit of everything. So
Yeah, I ain't so sure they ain't had breakfast one time.
I think they can to it, really, to be
Maybe
honest.
kin too.
Yeah.
well, that's going to be a lot of fun. Dunn Sports. That'll be next Saturday, but the sale we're going to start Friday and Saturday, right, and go all the way through Christmas.
Yeah, it'll run from now on.
Okay, from now on. Okay, all right. Well, I look forward to being there myself, and we do want to encourage all the kids that kill a big deer or even a spike Oh, no, it don't matter. Bring them to the store and let's get our picture took and get them up on Facebook
You gonna be live here the day, Big Dude?
yeah, we'll be doing some live stuff during the day. Yeah.
Yeah, tell them to make sure they got their orange on, the deer's tongue tucked in. You know, make the picture worth. You don't want them anti-hunters to get a bad name. You know, and all that stuff.
The worst thing we can do is
they need to bring some of them by the store so they can get the picture took with Big Daddy Lawler there that day.
Well, I don't know about that, but they do need to. We don't want to turn any non-hunters into anti-hunters. I can tell you that. We don't want that to happen.
That's right. I mean, do your best to try to take a bottle of water and wash the deer's mouth. I mean, you know, that kid, you know, that picture's going to last forever. Clean the deer up. It doesn't take long. Hey, wash his mouth out, stick his tongue back in. We've all seen all that, but, you know.
Take a knife and cut the tongue off if you have to.
If you got to, exactly. Hey, clean it up and take you a good picture, man. And, you know, that way you can post it and, you know, anywhere you want to. So
that's exactly right. All right, guys, that was fun. I tell you, we had a good weekend. Joe Allen, you coming this weekend or what?
Stay over here. I'm trying to get everything ready.
Yeah. Shane, you come. What's your plans this weekend?
I may have an electronics trip Friday evening. I don't know. I'm probably gonna go to Demopolis Saturday. I've got 2 guys, so I ain't decided yet, but I'm still up in the air what I'm gonna do.
So Captain Troy said the Martians had our tongue hanging out. Well,
yeah, they did. Hey, them oysters were good. I mean, it was funny. When he was shucking those things, I asked Salmon, you know, I was like, hey, man, yeah, we got hot sauce. He said, yeah, you don't eat it. And we didn't. I mean, they're salty and they were good. I was like, man, I'm in trouble. I knew when we get inside, I was going to put some down.
Kevin, you going rodeo this weekend?
Probably gonna be going to Arkansas. I'll know in the morning.
And Joe Allen's gonna be knocking stuff down at the store, getting ready for the big Veterans Day sale next weekend. I'll be at the lumberjack competition Saturday. Y'all stop by and see me. I'll be on the stage calling that. Don't forget about the turkey calling contest coming up Saturday in Jackson at the Jackson City Hall, starting at 8:00. Syrup making down at Records Mill, and the Monroe County Bass Anglers Youth Tournament at Isaac Creek this weekend. And I tell you, it's a lot going on next weekend too, and we'll tell y'all all about it next week on the Gettin Outdoors podcast, Town Country United Bank Hunting and Fishing Report. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and thank you guys for always bringing the outdoor news to us here every Wednesday night. See y'all next week. Same time, same station, right here. Gettin Outdoors podcast.
Pap taught me every critter's track and how to set a hair trigger on a trap. He taught me to shoot, scale, and skin and make a snare with a leather strap. He taught me to be a part of the woods and all his woodsy tricks. Said you gotta walk soft on 2 light feet and try not to break no stick. I think